Welcome back, everyone, to Reclaim Your Life. Kirk's here today. I'm Toby. We're going to talk some more about running, a little more in depth. Why we do it, is it for everyone? Some frequently asked questions. If you found value in our videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. Click that notification icon. We'll kick it off today by asking Kirk, why do you run?
Well, Toby, that's really not rocket science, at least not for me. The primary reason that I run is for my health. I started evaluating, my overall health quite a long time ago. You and I talked about, many, many times about weightlifting and running, cardiovascular, should we do weights or body weight? We've done a lot of different conversations offline. And for me, one of the primary things that I've found is we've talked about this before. I really love weightlifting or, calisthenics. However, I had to recognize that in myself that it wasn't really meeting all of my goals. What do I mean by that? With my goals, I don't want to only just work my muscles. I want to make sure that my heart and my lungs are healthy as well, so that I can be healthy not only for myself, but also so that over the years as I continue to get older, that I'm not a burden to my family and that I can be a good support for my wife and kids.
Wow. Now, that's pretty deep stuff, Kirk, but no, you're absolutely right. You're reclaiming your life. I love that. Um, for me, it was some of the whys are very similar, but as far as running specifically, it's very time efficient. You know me, I would rather go hiking for 4 or 5 hours, but that doesn't happen near as often as I would like to. And also, it's just very easy to start. You don't need any equipment. All you need is a decent pair of shoes. You don't need a gym. So it was really an efficiency play at the beginning. And as I've learned and gotten more information, um, I've really begun to love it quite a bit more and share that knowledge with others. So, Kirk, this is a question I get a lot. I would
Mhm.
love your opinion on it. Is running or jogging or even walking for everyone? Is
I would
it
say
something
yes.
everyone should try?
Yeah, I would definitely say yes. I mean, even if someone is severely overweight, they can start out walking very slowly and over time build themselves up. When I started running, it wasn't overnight. My son and I used, when we first moved back to Texas, we just started walking around the neighborhood, and it was a slow process. I would start to walk, then I started adding running to it. And then during my running sessions, I would stop, I'd walk for a stint, and then I would turn around and jog some more.
Hmm.
Well, over time, I've gotten to the point to where I don't even pause to do any kind of walking 99% of the time.
Yeah.
Well, Toby, as we continue on this, I think it's very important because we've talked about why,
Mhm.
we've talked about whom, and we know that anyone can start to run, even if they're overweight. They can get
Right.
to the point to where they're walking into moving over to running and jogging. Well, what about injury and safety? I mean, that's something that we all have to be concerned about at any level, whether we're walking, jogging, or running.
Yeah.
What is your thoughts on that?
Well, these are obviously very in-depth topics, and we'll do some future videos more on these. But I get these questions a lot. I have seen a lot of people in the classes that I teach that are overweight, that are over 60, that are fill in the blank, and they have worked through some of these issues. These are concerns. These are things that make people scared to even try. So one of the frequent things relating to injuries has to do with wearing the proper shoes. So you always want to get fitted for the shoes for you, your feet, and your stride, and the way you walk is and run. It's very unique. It's almost unique as your fingerprints are. It's more evidence of God's kind of glorious design. But shin splints, a lot of people get those because they overtrain. They don't get enough rest. They maybe don't hydrate enough. They think they're shin splints, but it's just those muscles beside their shins are getting worked for the first time, sometimes in years. So, always consult a health professional. We've talked on this channel about
Right.
being injured versus being sore or hurt. And we certainly aren't. The other thing is safety. Always run against traffic. A lot of people don't know that. I've seen people recently, you know, as they've started running in the neighborhood. Happy to see them out there, but they're running with traffic, and that's very dangerous. I, if you're concerned about your surroundings, find a local park that has a lot of visibility. You know, schools, as long as schools aren't in session, are good places. A lot of tracks are open. Local universities are very scenic and very safe. They have their own campus police. So there's things like that as far as location goes. But yeah, just get out and have fun, start slow. But we love to run. I love to run. Kirk runs because of the reasons he shared, but he'll love to someday. But thanks again for viewing this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll talk to you next time.
Thank you, guys. Y'all have a great one. We'll talk to you soon.